Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. First off, welcome back, everybody. All right, this is episode 12 of the M.O.B podcast. And as you guys could probably tell, we took a couple of weeks off, handling some personal things, uh, focusing on some things going on in our personal lives. But the point is, we back at it, and we're here to continue this show. So as you already know, it's your boy DK, aka that person Dak, aka Mr. Heat 10 Mitsurugi with the Gucci. And I'm here with the homies Dallas and the homies Jake. What's going on, y'all? Say what's up.
Yo, what up? What up?
You're
The
Yes, man.
Negro Tanjiro in the building, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I can go all day with this. But it's been a while, so why don't y'all tell the people who y'all are? We'll start off with you, Torture.
Hey man, I've just been chilling as for those who have been paying attention and happen to give a damn. Uh they know that I started a new job these
Mm.
past couple months, and at one point I thought I was fully integrated and I was like, all right, I got this. I got this. And then I was just blindsided with some stuff. And then I was like, oh, there's a whole other aspect to my job that I gotta learn that I don't know about. That also wasn't in the job description. So I mean, really just kind of keeping my head down, trying to grind it out. I have a philosophy in work, and you only get busy when you don't know what you're doing. So I be trying to simplify and streamline everything.
Facts,
But
big
that I
facts,
just
though.
been nose to the grindstone. That's it.
All right, that's what's up. And then Dallas, man, what's going on with your homie?
Oh man, you know, your boy Ace Mecca's been. It's been a tough month, man. July was a tough month, man. You know what I mean? Uh, I had three really close people to me die in like a span of like 2.5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? One of my best friends, like a big brother figure to me, him and his significant other passed away on the 4th of July. And then my father passed away on July 25th. So, man, I've just been, I took some time off of work, man. We sit here and we talk about, being, being solid mentally, get your mental health and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
I had to take some time to process some stuff, go through some stuff, doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of planning, a lot of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So there was that, but as far as that, man, I did start a new job. My work's been, excuse me, work's been good with me as well. Working with me and stuff. They understand that.
That's good. That's
You
good.
know,
Yeah,
it's tough to be in the emergency room helping people out. Excuse me. It's tough to be in the emergency room helping people out who, may be in a situation where they were in, that some of my, close loved ones were in, you know what I mean? And if
right.
I'm not
Right.
right, then I can't give them the proper care and give them the proper treatments and stuff that they need. So, shout out to them for being real cool and working with me through this process and, just allowing me to get my head back together before, starting back up.
Now that's what's up.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Cause
man.
July was a pretty heavy month. I think in just for I noticed that it was almost all around. Like it kind of seemed like just a lot of people in my circles. For whatever reason, uh, July was just I don't know. It was just one of those months,
Mm.
and there was actually a moment where, uh, like all the pressure, was just coming down. And no, it's good to have when you say that, it reminded me of how cool my boss was. Cause like I told him straight up, I was like, look, dude, I was like, I still, got time for this and this. I still got time for to meet these deadlines. But I was like, I might need some time here. And he was just like, yeah, that's totally fine. He was like, let me know what you need, you know? And so I think it's important for us to realize, especially us in the workforce, that there needs to be a solid balance with these types of things, with your work to life ratio and your, quality of life, in balance with your work life. And because, like, dude, I've heard horror stories where some dude's daughter, his newborn daughter, died. And he goes and tells his manager, and his manager, dead ass, looked him in the face and was like, So are you coming in tomorrow
Nah, I'm
or?
good, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I'm good,
Yeah, bro.
bro.
That's
He's
wild.
I
he
would have had
said
to. I would have had to go in on homie. They
Yeah, I
would have.
probably would have put
Yeah,
hands on him.
no,
In all honesty,
no, dead
no.
ass.
He
yeah, that's stupid.
so he did. I mean, granted, I don't know if this part is true or not, but he did say that he said it was the only time he's ever actually hit somebody.
Yeah,
First
I
time
probably
he's
would
ever hit
pop
somebody.
dude in his mouth.
But he said he was fired on the spot because, yeah, he socked dude for
Oh
being
well,
dumb.
it is what it is. Yeah, man. So
I
yeah,
don't blame him.
yeah, Dallas, man. You got our condolences, of course, and I'm
Oh,
glad that
Of
facts.
we
course,
all know death is a difficult thing, and it comes in waves, and whatever time you need to take, just take it, man. Be about yourself. Make sure you're good before, like you said, before moving on and trying to move forward with certain things. But
Got
yeah,
you.
so
Yeah, man.
um, yeah, so to shift notes, and it's not me like disregarding what's going on, but
No.
it's we just gonna keep things moving forward, because again we that was all these things, guys, is the reason why we took a two week break. Things were just going on for all of us. Each one of us was dealing with a thing. Some dealing with obviously more than others, but the point is, it just wasn't a good time to try to be for me to try to be telling people, hey, I need you to come in and do a podcast, or hey, I need to do whatever. And I was doing my own stuff for work as well, and doing my own like decisions. So we took a little break, and as people should sometimes, sometimes at the end of the day, life gets shitty. Life piles on a whole bunch of negative things, and you kind of just have to learn how to be like, all right, look, let me just step back, reevaluate, and figure out what I need to do to change things moving forward, so that I can make sure I'm good and I'm solid, and that this doesn't necessarily affect me too crazy. So yeah, I mean, all right, guys. So I was gonna ask normally we ask how was your week, but I don't think you necessarily need to ask how was everybody's week, or how was everybody's this week. Not the last 3 weeks, but how's everybody's week this past week?
I mean, I'm feeling refreshed as a Capri Sun. You
Mm.
know,
Ah,
As a
listen,
Capri
it has
Sun,
passed.
that hydration for
The
sure.
Capri
bullshit has
Sun.
passed. Things are weaning off, and the slowly but surely, all that BS is dissipating.
Hmm.
So getting back to other things, and yeah, I knock on wood, but the grass is looking greener on this.
For sure, for sure. And in Dallas, how was your week?
Man, my week was pretty productive, man. I finished solidifying some stuff up as far as like arrangements and a couple other things went. And man, I just took some time to relax. I've been binging Game of Thrones. Uh, I got to like season 4 this week. Don't judge me.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that
You know what I
binging.
mean? So
Man,
yeah,
binging.
I
You got
binged.
HBO Max? Are you doing it
Bro,
online?
honestly, my homie had like six or seven of the
Hey,
seasons. So I just started watching
hey.
them. And then one of them, I think it was season 3 he didn't have. So then like I seen that on Hulu, they had a special going where it's like
Right,
you just get a free week of HBO Max. So I'm just like run that joint, you feel me? So
bro. I've been running with HBO Max. I fuck with
so
it heavy. Like
man, I've
I've
been
been
on
binging off
that.
Netflix.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just
Oh
bullshitting.
no, for sure. But yeah, man, no, I hopped on that, man. I'm up to season 5, episode 1 now. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying? So your boy was putting in that crazy work, crazy
hey.
work. You know what I mean? So I just been, man, de-stressing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did a
Yeah,
lot of reflecting and stuff, but now it's just time to just like, get all the stuff.
time to decompress
Yeah, man,
and
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
try and get back to work next week and start, ready for things to start normalizing. So
right.
this week was pivotal. It was productive, and I spent some time to
That's
kind of
good.
de-stress, and it was a good week.
Good.
Definitely a good week.
So
Yeah,
now I
that's
have
good.
to ask, why did you decide to watch Game of Thrones instead of Lord of the Rings or The Witcher?
Bro, I'm just to be honest with you. I didn't watch Game of Thrones when it came out, and I have a lot of friends who are like really big into it. And you know,
Right.
I play like Dungeons and Dragons and shit. So I was like, you know,
Uh-huh.
the worst that could be is that like I'm just like this show's trash. I don't rock with it.
Right.
But man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like people got to dying and you know what I'm saying? People got put in power and you start rooting against certain people and you're like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm stuck.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's what
saying?
it is, man. That's what made the show like what it is, man. Like all that
Yeah,
betrayal
man.
and the war and people love that shit.
Man,
Yeah.
the
People getting
little homie
scolded.
Tyrion was putting in work, bro. I just
Mm,
like
yeah,
a
he
little
was
he
my
was a
favorite
little
character in the show when I was watching it.
bro. I was dying when he was in the war or whatever at Blackwater or whatever, and
Hmm.
he just chopped off homie's leg with the axe because he was too short to hit him anywhere else. Bro, I
Yeah.
was rolling. I was dying. I was
Hey
like, look at
man,
this little ass.
he constantly proved himself too, yo. Like
He did.
dude was smart with it, yo. He was didn't he
Yeah.
use that Greek fire or some shit like that or whatever the fuck it was that was like burning on the water and shit. It was that green flame?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he was
the
yeah.
wildfire.
Wildfire. He was crazy with it too. He was like, "Yo, let that shit
Nigga,
go,"
yeah,
you
got
know?
him.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah,
So
then
from my end,
Joffrey's
y'all,
bitch ass.
just cause just cause we took a little 2 week hiatus from the podcast doesn't mean that B.S.C or Black Sheep Collective stopped doing what it was doing. So to keep everybody informed, right? One, we actually ended up becoming a legitimate business. All right. And what I mean by that is my Black Sheep Collective ENTMT is an actual LLC, a light limited company. All right. It is registered in the state of West Virginia because that's currently where I stay. So yeah. So now, everybody give a little round of applause. We out here making moves, you know what I'm saying? Business is registered and
Of
everything.
Black sheep
course, of course, of
roll,
course.
Yeah.
take me
What the
home.
hell?
The
One
West
second.
Virginia song, the country song people love.
There we go. About to say Cam. So Cam's coming through. My bad, Cam. What's good? Hey, so yeah, so we're a legitimate business now. That's one. Two, we are working on some other things. Now that we're an official business, we're working on, different endeavors. I'm keeping them real hush hush right now because I don't want nobody trying to steal my shit because I be having great ideas and I know people want to steal my shit. So we ain't, but the point is big things are coming. So if whoever's supporting us, whoever's watching us, just make sure that y'all like really paying attention because we about to get shit popping for real, for real. And other than that, I mean, that's really it for the most part. Um, I was watching not Game of Thrones, but I started watching Korean TV. So that was one thing that I was getting heavy on this past couple of weeks. I got an Australian homegirl, and she put me on. She was like, "You gotta watch these Korean dramas, whatever, whatever." I was like, "You know what? I like Korean movies, so let me just check out this Korean TV." And I went on Netflix, and I started off with this show called Vincenzo. And that shit was
Oh,
fire. That shit was crack, bro. That shit was so crack.
Vincenzo.
Yeah, Vincenzo. It's
That
about
sounds
a.
Italian as fuck.
It is Italian. It's about so it's a Korean TV. So listen, the premise of the show is there's a guy. He's a Korean dude, but he works for the mafia as a consigliere, and which is an advisor to like the dons or whatever, and he has to go back to Korea because of certain situations, and he's trying to get some money that he stored. Um,
Okay.
so just watch the show, y'all, and yo, these Korean dramas, yo, these things are crazy. They're each like 16, 20 episodes long, and each episode is like an hour and a half, man. So it's like you're watching just a string of movies. So I've been sitting here just chilling since uh,
Hey
I've
man,
had some
Korean
time.
Hollywood's been on the up and up. Like, it's no mystery that BTS, is taking the world by storm,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just had that movie Parasite a little bit
Mm-hmm.
ago that was incredibly popular. The Train to Busan, that was a dope ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole Korean entertainment industry is definitely on the up and up. Like, I think it's gonna be the next big like thing,
Mm-hmm.
probably this next decade. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you. I think it's gonna be sick, personally, and I'm ready to see like what they're gonna really do in general
Mm-hmm.
with certain shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So yeah, man. So let's go ahead and just talk about. I'm sorry. Let me move this. Let's just go ahead and react to certain things, um, that I saw throughout this week, right? And we'll start off
Okay.
with um, this little meme here. Let me go ahead and shift to the. All right, y'all. So this was a post that I saw. I think my cousin dropped it, and then I reposted it in another group that I'm in. And for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a big anime head, so I'm in a bunch of different groups. This group is called Land of Fire Memes and Anime, right? And I dropped this, and the quote says, this is from a Twitter post, I believe. She said, "Who noticed that men are no longer persuasive? Once they ask you out and you say no, case closed." And laughing emojis, right? So as you see, I reposted it with the and my comment was, nowadays, or it was shrug. Nowadays, no means no. But then y'all feel some type of way when you know actually meant a maybe or a yes if you ask me again. And since we're not trying to get hemmed up, us being men, or called a creep, we don't even try to guess no more. No means no. We're fun. We gonna keep it moving, right? Yo, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I don't know why this is such a surprise. You know?
That's
I
real
mean, the
shit though.
climate has shifted. You
Yeah.
know, the tone is different. You know, before it was, I know, but then again, there's a difference between, no,
Nah, they don't do
stop,
that. They
come
don't do
on,
that.
and then just
Bro. Fuck
no,
no, bro.
like
Yeah.
Nah,
stop.
bro.
But then some shit happens, and she takes you to court, and they're reading back this up, and then you have the dude like, no,
Yeah.
stop,
Mhm.
don't,
Man,
Mhm.
but
and
the
she
reason,
said this right. It's just like, yeah, she didn't say it like that though. That's
man,
not how
bro,
that went down.
the reason why shit like this happens though, bro, is because of like shit like the internet and just
Yep.
how like shallow
Yep.
motherfuckers are nowadays. Like if you, it's like, see, she talking about like, they ask you out once and you say no, and then they don't even like try and stick around. Nigga, if you're in a girl's DMs and you ask her out and she says no, and then you ask her out again, how probable is it that you're gonna end up like she's gonna take the DMs
Listen,
and post that shit on the internet? It ain't no
exactly.
one,
Facts.
and then like
Facts.
she's doing that shit for likes. Lame niggas are gonna hop on the fucking status and be like, oh ha ha ha, he this that, blah 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 blah. When in reality, when has it ever been okay to publicly embarrass a nigga for trying to take you out on a date?
Damn,
You know what I'm
y'all,
Facts.
saying?
you feeling
Like,
this one, huh? You feeling this one in your
no,
soul?
bro, it's just like I just don't fuck with shit like that, bro. Like,
I
to
agree.
be honest, like you
I
have
agree.
these conversations like, is chivalry dead and blah 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 blah. Like there are a lot of good dudes out there that just follow the old school way of shit. Like, hey, I want to talk to you, I want to holler at you. But motherfuckers are so thirsty for attention nowadays that they're willing to do anything. You know what I mean? Like as a dude, you know what I'm saying? You know that like when you talk to a young lady and you ask her out, you know what I'm saying? If she says no, I'm not going to keep sitting here and pursuing you. One, because there's a bunch of other
Right.
women out here, and
Mm-hmm.
two, I'm not trying to get labeled as a creep or this nigga doesn't know when to
Yep.
quit or blah blah
Yep.
blah 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 blah. Them days are over, man.
Yeah.
Them days are over
Facts.
where a dude's trying to holler at you for years, and then
Mm-hmm.
after you curving this nigga and your last nigga don't beat you, and then the other nigga wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Then all of
Listen,
a sudden you want to be like, oh, this is my guy. Nah, man.
listen. Gone are
Nah,
the
man.
days. Gone are the days where niggas is acting like Chris Brown, talking about yo, don't know your name, trying to like follow you around and all that
Say
shit, and be like, hey,
easy.
look, get to notice me. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The biggest
I'll
reason
follow that
why,
ass in the mall.
again, at the end of the day, and I'll speak from my own personal experience. I don't got time for that. For one, I don't got time for playing games. All right. Two, like you said, who knows? Someone's no, like I'm not gonna sit here and try to like differentiate no's, man. I've been in so many different situations where a woman has said no, and it just had so many different implications, and I just don't even care anymore. Now I'm just like, if someone says no, I dead it automatically.
Wow.
We could
Yeah.
be getting hot, heavy. I'm over her face and shit, and she goes, "Oh no," and I'm like,
No. Yep. I'm out. I'm
"I'm done.
done. I'm done.
I'm done."
I'm done.
And then she's like,
I'm
"Wait, wait, 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 wait!
gone.
I didn't mean it. Nah, nah, nah.
No, no,
Listen,
no, no,
I
no.
tell them all the time. I say from the get, don't say no unless you actually meant it. And you want to know why? I had a situation, man. Let me tell you something. I had a situation once. It was so fucking weird because sometimes women can be so fucking. I don't want to say ass backwards, but ass backwards, man. Like there was one time where I was dealing with this one chick, and she would let me like touch her certain places, do all this other craziness, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, we about to get it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here feeling the, you know, the well. You know what I'm saying? Do what I gotta do. And then she goes, no, and like she's laughing, and I'm like, oh, okay, she just trying to like, you know, do whatever. And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna entice her. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna play the game. And she's like, no, I said no. And I'm like, okay, damn, bitch,
Oh,
okay, my
I'm
bad. Hold
done.
on, let me stop. You know,
I'm done.
but I'm just like, I
I'm
don't.
out.
But on the same token, that same chick, one time we were in the bed laying down, and like, you know, we were like cuddling and shit, and I was like rubbing her or whatever, and then she was just like, oh, and she kind of like she didn't say anything, she was just doing whatever, and I was like, you know what, maybe she doesn't want to deal with it. I'm not trying to, you know, be in that situation, so I was like, oh, cool. So I turned over, go to sleep, bro. She started crying. She started crying, bro, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? She was like, I wanted you to actually do something this time, and I was like, yo, I'm like, see, I don't get this. I could be knuckle deep in you, and fucking
Knuckle deep.
I could be knuckle deep, and then you say no, I'm supposed to stop. But but we're cuddling,
Right.
and I'm not even doing nothing sexual, but I'm supposed to guess that you want to have sex. Like, I'm not gonna play games, and you're not gonna label me. You're not gonna make me feel like I'm doing some creep shit or whatever. So again, when a woman says no, is no. And then in the sense of like pursuing women, just like let's say off like some Instagram or some whatever shit. Let me tell you something. If a woman likes you, she'll make time to see you. Plain and simple. She'll make time to let you know that, you know, like she's feeling you or whatever. So if I'm talking to a chick and she's being dry, or I'm like, hey, you know, I'm trying to take you out this week. When are you free? Oh, well, I'm busy all this week or whatever. That's it. All right, cool, fine, keep it moving. All right, I'm not gonna waste my time because
Yeah, man.
that's just
No.
that's just dead. That's just dead.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest, ladies. For all the ladies out there, all right. When shit like this starts happening, boundaries and shit needs to be set long before like I end up like in your panties, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being a fan. Like if you're in a room, like if we in all of a sudden where your panties is off and my shirt is off and everything's getting ready to crack off, and then it's like a no, then I'm gonna look at you like,
See, you're better. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Women can say
man,
no. Women can say no. But let me tell
Nah.
you something, and this is gonna sound like a
he said
dickhead.
but.
This is because let me tell you something. This is gonna sound like a dickhead move. A woman has every right to retract consent or whatever. That's fine. That's cool. That's dandy. All right. I'm not saying that they don't have that right. But if you in my crib and we doing whatever, and you say no, and like that was a situation. We about to get it popping, and you say no. You got maybe one of those to get away with me. Maybe one of those. Maybe you're just in a situation where you're like, oh wait, oh, we're moving too fast, whatever. All right, cool. But if you the type of person who does that and you say no like twice or whatever, I'm like, all right, cool. I need you to leave. Have a good day.
nothing wrong
All
with
right?
that.
Have a good day. Not to be an asshole,
you
but I'm just not gonna be put in a situation where if a woman keeps saying no, right? Like, and we're about to get hot and bothered, then to me that just shows like one, you're inconsistent. Two, I don't know if I could trust you. Like, cause then what if we're about to have sex and you say yes, right? And then I don't know, like we're in the middle of it. To me, that's just like a warning. Like this chick is on some other shit, and she might get you hemmed up. So if she wants to say no, cool. I'm like, but have a nice day. You're not staying over. Get the fuck out of my house.
I mean, man, like I think no is such a powerful word nowadays that if you want a guy to pursue you and you're just playing hard to get, you're better off just coming off just being like maybe, you know,
Exactly.
and a guy, and you know, maybe one of these days, XYZ. Now, depending on the guy, you know, you're probably only gonna have like Dak said, you're probably only gonna have one or two of those maybes before it's like, hey man, I'm done
Keep it
wasting my
moving.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it
I'm out of
moving.
here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But to complain that guys aren't fawning over you and aren't coming after you every single week to take you out on a date just because you said no the first time, that's attention-seeking behavior.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying?
Yep.
And people like that, not even just women, people like that shit is dead, man. Like if you're doing shit for it, that shit, like obviously that shit right there is for attention. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the same time, how many even like we've sat here and talked, how many guys have tried to like shoot a shot and then the girl puts all the evidence and shit on on some kind of
Yup.
group or
Bruh.
meme or something, and then you
Yo.
got niggas you don't even
So
know from around the world clowning you. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying?
we were
Well,
in
this
this
is this
group.
is what we're supposed to do. So I
This
was
group,
like,
and Dallas remembers this. We were in this group, right? And I'm not gonna say the group name because I don't want everybody getting mad at me. But we were in
Say
this
the group
this
name. I need details.
we were in this group. It's another black nerd group, right? And this guy shot his shot on Instagram or something like that to one of the chicks in the group, right? And he said, don't get me wrong, he said something kind of like out of pocket a little bit, but it was in response to like her image where she was cosplaying, had her titties all out, doing whatever shit, whatever. So he said something like, damn, you got a fat ass, or damn, you looking hella good, sweetheart, or some shit. He came off really aggressive, really strong, or whatever. But I mean, he shot his shot, right?
Is that aggressive though? Is that
So let
aggressive?
me rephrase it, let me keep
Micro
going. Let me keep going.
Okay. Okay.
So apparently they shared this. She shared the image in a Discord or something like that, and then some other dude, some other bum, fucking posted it on Facebook to joke dude like, "Hey, look, this guy came after our admin chick, whatever. Look at this guy coming off and saying this craziness." And then people were going back and forth saying whatever, and I'm like, "Yo, first off, that's lame as hell. As a man, you sharing this image, you are lame as fuck. Okay, you are a fucking
man,
lame, and you're a weirdo.
as
for
a
that.
man,
All
if
right,
you're talking shit to another man about shooting his shot at
about
a
shoot.
female,
And the
you're
thing
a
is,
bum.
Facts.
You're a
the thing
bum.
is too, that guy actually hit that dude up like, oh, so you try to slide in my homie's DMs with this weird comment. What the hell?
What?
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you something. So it would be one thing if he said something like, "Damn, girl, you got a fat ass, you looking hella nice," and she said, "Hey, don't talk to me like that. I ain't trying to talk to you." And he's like, "Oh, my bad," and keeps it moving. And it'd be another thing if he was like being persistent, right? Still like harassing her after she already said, I'm not feeling you like that," right? But some of the comments were saying things like, "Oh, he was aggressive. He sexualized her body. He did X, Y, Z, whatever." One, the image was a sexual image. Okay, I'm sorry, woman,
Right.
when you project yourself and you're saying like you're showing your titties, you're showing your ass. Okay, people are going to comment on it. That's it. People are going to comment on it. I'm not saying that it's necessarily right or that it's wrong, but people are going to comment on a picture you have posted if your titties are out and whatever, and the caption's like, "Oh,
Now,
look at sexy whatever. I'm sexy fucking Naruto or some shit." You know what I'm saying? Or
was it
some shit like that.
was it like a bikini picture, like her in a swimsuit, or was it like?
She's a cosplayer. So she was doing one of
So
those
it
like
was a little
sexy.
scandalous.
Yeah,
It was a
it
little
was a sexy
promiscuous.
I mean, man,
promiscuous image. So
yeah.
my thing
See,
is this, and let's keep it a buck. If that dude was her type, it wouldn't have been creepy.
it wouldn't have been a
If
problem.
that
Facts.
dude was her
Big
It
type,
wouldn't
it
have been a
wouldn't have been
problem.
creepy. It wouldn't have been an
Right.
issue.
Yup.
Right.
He would have said something like, "Hey, damn girl, you got a fat ass," and she would have like, "Ooh, thank you, daddy," or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and even if she, because they love to say, "Oh no, it's still wrong." Oh, okay. Let's see some of your DMs, because we know how it is. All right, and that's just how game is. Sometimes game is passive. Sometimes it's a little aggressive. But game is game. The whole point is, it's not necessarily disrespectful. What's disrespectful is if he would have continued and harassed her or did some shit like that. But she clearly was like, "I'm not feeling it," and he was like, "All right, cool," and kept it moving. That's it. So
Mm-hmm.
who are y'all to sit
Hey,
here
man.
and clown dude and do whatever? So that's another reason why men aren't shooting their shots either, because we don't even know how to shoot our shots. Women say something like they'll say shit like, "We want a guy to be nice and tell us we're beautiful or whatever." And let me tell you something. I had a chick, and we'll talk about her later. But I had a chick over, and she said some shit like that, where she was like, "Oh, men are pigs, men are this, men are that, men never like just say like, oh, you're beautiful or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I was like, "Yo,
Really?
pull up your Instagram right now. Let me see your DMs. How many of the guys in your DMs messaged you and said, 'What's
Hey,
going on,
beautiful.
beautiful? Hey, gorgeous. Hey, whatever,' and you ain't hit them up,
And you ain't hit them back.
and you ain't
And
hit
you're
them back at
complaining.
all."
And you're complaining, and now you're complaining that people
Mm-hmm.
aren't calling. Get the fuck out
Mm-hmm.
of here, bro.
Guess
That's
what? When I
ridiculous.
hit her up, I ain't hit her up with no "Hey, beautiful." I ain't hit her up with no "Hey, gorgeous." I was like, "Shit." Hit with the eye emojis. You know what I'm saying? I hit her with a little bit of game, but the point is, I didn't
I'm
hit her with
done.
that bullshit that they claim they want.
No,
And
man.
there's a
Everyone
reason
says that.
why.
Shit.
Because it doesn't work, and men know that it doesn't work. So men have to be creative, and we think of different pickup lines and different,
Yep.
you know, ways to approach a woman that are somewhat creative and stand out. And even then, they don't work 90% of the time. You know how many times I've shot my
Well, I mean,
shot
at
at a
the end of
chick
the
and it
day,
just
though,
doesn't work? You know,
like
I just keep it moving.
we also live in a different, we also live in a digital era, you know, like back before the internet, back before social media, you know, yeah, you could go up, like you could say whatever, and you know, there was still, it was more of, you know, the game as we call it was
Mm-hmm.
more of, you know, the game feeling it out, like, because it's different, right, when you're talking to someone face to face, right, y'all are feeling the vibe and everything, and but like now we have a aspect of shallowness where it's just
Shallow as
like,
hell.
all right, what are these pictures? Yeah, what are these pictures about?
Because people
Oh,
don't have
like
social skills.
right,
It's hard, and
right.
it's hard to get
And there's
social
been
skills when you're dealing with people, and
When
everything
everything's on
is
the internet,
not even everything
yep,
on the internet, but when you do try to engage, it's like, especially from a man's perspective, sometimes the reward is not worth the risk. That's just how I feel about it. Sometimes the reward is not worth the risk, and what I mean by that is you might go up to a shorty and be like, you know, hey, how's it going, whatever, whatever, and especially on the internet. Again, like that one dude, you know, what did he get for trying to shoot his shot? He got people in a group roasting
exactly.
him for no reason,
Humiliated.
humiliating him for no reason, just because he shot a shot. And people in that group were saying, "Oh my God, you're defending a harasser." I'm like, do y'all know what fucking harassment is? All right, just
and I'm
because
sick of
something is,
people like that,
I'm like,
bro.
just because
Get your
something
own
is
thought process.
unwanted, and I try to tell people it has to be repetitive to be harassment. All right, or it
Right.
has to be in an environment that isn't like, how should I put this? If you're at work, obviously you're not supposed to sexually harass or talk to anybody sexually because that's not appropriate for work, you know. But if someone's walking, you know, to me and I see them and I'm like, damn, you look good, shorty, what's good with you? And then she goes, nah, I'm good, and keeps walking. That's not me harassing her.
Yeah,
That's
that's
me
what I
shooting my
do.
shot. That's me trying to do whatever. All right. And I kept it moving. Now, if I walked up there and I slapped her ass or some crazy shit like that, then yeah, but that's assault at that point.
Then it's
You
a
know,
whole different
that's sexual
story.
assault
That's
at
a
that
whole
point.
different story.
You know, or if
Yeah,
she said, no,
man.
I'm good, and I keep walking, I'm like, what do you mean you good? You not good till you with me, girl. What's wrong with you? And whatever. And I keep going, right? Even that can be, it depends on how, if she's really feeling you or not. Because if she's feeling you, it's not harassment. If she's feeling you, she's like, oh, okay, he got
Hey
some
man,
game. He doing
there's a
whatever.
rule to the game.
But if she's not
No,
feeling you,
Attracted
man.
to
now
flirting,
you
the
harassing her.
ugly it's sexual harassment.
Bro,
Mm-hmm.
That's how that
in
game
an
goes.
environment where it's sad to say, but especially when it comes to stuff like harassment and claims and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to take the woman's side. So I'm
Yeah,
not even going to put
10 times out of
I'm
10.
not going
Shit.
to I'm not going to put myself in a position to where like, hey, what's good, ma? How you doing? And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, no. After that, bro, I'm done because I'm not trying to get hit with no harassment charges. I'm
Nope.
not trying to get, you know what I'm saying, like the fake
Well,
allegations and shit
yep.
like
All you
that.
need is
It's,
one Me Too
Yup.
and we're not,
moment, and it'll ruin
and
everything.
we're definitely, man, and we're not even gonna talk about like crossing that color barrier. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We're not even gonna talk about if it's a white chick or something and you
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
hunt.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, then it's her word versus then you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Which is why
nah,
normally
man,
when I do
So it's like,
hit on chicks, I talk to them in public or it's a DM, but I never like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, man. It's just weird
But
being a
me,
man
man,
trying to navigate the dating scene nowadays. Because at the end of the
but
day,
even like shit like chivalry, bro. Like people talk about, well, men don't open doors anymore. You know how many times I've opened a door for someone? Oh, what? You think you need to open a door for me because you're
I've never
like
heard
for
had that
real,
happen to me.
bro,
Thankfully, because I would dead
bro.
ass slam it in her face. Like, bitch, you got me
Man, it's
fucked up.
just like, man, for
Like,
real, bro.
you got me fucked
Like,
up.
oh, let me take you out. I'll pay for the dinner. I don't need no one to pay for me. Like, it's not. I don't. It's not that way. I was just offering. Like, come on,
Nah,
man. Come on,
that's got to
man.
be some
So it's like,
Iowa shit.
Mhm.
it's
Luckily, I've never dealt with that.
man, my bro, it's a lot more primitive than you
You know,
think, bro.
yeah, and yeah,
You know what I'm
it has to be because
saying?
I've never had to
Like,
deal with that. Thankfully, because I be thinking about that shit.
bro,
You're not the first person I heard say something like that, and I be thinking to
man.
myself, like, I know the type of guy I am. I wish a bitch would be like, you open the door for me. Oh my god, like your sex is I'm like, bitch. I'm fucking like, what are you talking about?
being a
all right,
gentleman,
cool.
man.
All right,
like,
cool. Slam that door right in their face or some shit. Because I'm the type of dude who, if I open the door for someone and they don't at least say thank you, I'm like, no, bring your ass back here. Bring your ass back here.
Oh, you're
Go
that
back
type of
outside.
person.
Go
So
take your ass
you mean
back.
to tell me, like, let's say if we're that odd number of steps apart, and you walk into a building, and you look back, and then now you have to wait for me to get to the building.
I don't do that.
And now I got to do that weird shuffle fast
I didn't
walk up to the door.
What are you talking about?
And
I
I'm
didn't say that.
What
are you talking about?
Like, but so if you go through the door,
Hey,
and
Andreas, was
then
good, man.
I don't say anything because you held the door open. Now you feeling all
So
like,
you completely changed the narrative for one. I
Hey,
didn't
man.
say that.
That's
You
the
did
equivalent-
because I didn't
Not
say
saying-
anything about. I didn't say anything about if a person is fucking 10, 12 feet behind me and I open the door and I wait for them 5 seconds. And I didn't say nothing about that. All right. I said if I open the door for somebody and they come through, all right, the least you can do is say thank you. Plain and simple. If you don't say thank you, right, then you're a dickhead, and I will be like, oh, okay, like I'll feel some type of way, and especially if she was being rude about it or some shit like that, then I'll definitely pull your ass back. What you gonna do?
So I say
Exactly.
That,
so
right?
you ain't gonna do
I
shit.
use that
All right.
example because if you're the type of person to get your feelings hurt by holding a door open, you're really about to make a whole situation and a whole scene.
It's not my feelings hurt. Just don't be disrespectful. Plain and simple.
That is a thing, though, man.
I did not force you to hold that door open.
Hey,
right?
Matt. I'm not
I did
fucking.
All you gotta do is say thanks. That's it. Plain and simple.
I don't have to say shit.
Nah,
It's the exact. Hold on,
this
I
nigga
got
be
this
in.
one, bro.
This
Hold
nigga
on.
be in.
I got this one.
He just saying shit to say shit. He don't even
It's
feel
the
what he's
exact-
saying.
It's the exact same shit that if I see you in public and I give you the obligatory head nod and say what's up, and you look at me and don't say shit back, I'm gonna look at you like, bro, you're a fucking bum.
Yeah, all right.
You know?
I see how he is. Or maybe he's having a bad day.
Yeah, you go, no. As black men, if you give someone the head nod and you say what's up, how you doing, and they don't return the head nod and say, all right, you're a bum. If I'm opening the door, even if you are right behind me, if I open the door and I hold it, I could have easily closed it. So if I choose to open the door for you, thank you. That's just general, like that's just having manners. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, I don't care. You can be racist.
Manners.
Now me personally, right? I always, whenever I go through a door, I always look behind me to see if there's someone behind
Correct.
me. Right? Like just out of habit.
Correct.
Right? I just got into that habit. And I'm even still like I still have the muscle memory habit to, even though I open it enough for myself.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm a big dude. The door's open for pretty much 90% of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still open the door extra, like just for the fuck of it, right? Because I will say, when I am behind somebody just a couple steps, we are obviously like in pace with one another, and they just open the door for themselves and then just keep walking in. That shit does.
You feel some kind of way. Yeah,
exactly.
That shit does get me heated. And I'm just like, okay.
You ain't got no manners.
I know you heard my big ass behind you. I know you heard me stepping behind you.
Exactly.
And you just want to.
Take like you heard me breathing down your neck. Yeah, you felt my breath on your neck.
It's just it's just about being a decent person. Nobody's saying you got to sit here and like kiss somebody's ass and be like, oh my god, thank you so much, sir, for opening the door. But at the end of the day, if I open the door for you, the least you can do is say, thank you, or just make a nod or something. That's just how I was raised, and if you're not raised that way, it means you don't got no fucking manners. All right, plain and simple. So if you're not that type of person, and you're just like, oh, somebody opens the door for you and you're within reasonable distance, because I don't know why the fuck Jake brought that up, but if you're in reasonable distance with someone, we weren't talking about that though. That's not the point. You're completely talking about something completely different. We're not talking about that. But we are not talking about that. Jake,
you are a goddamn
Jake
liar.
Roten. Jake is crazy. Yeah, Jake is crazy. Jake Roten. I don't know what the hell he be talking about, but
you've never been in that situation.
I've been in that situation, but that has nothing to do with what the fuck we're talking about.
Okay, then.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Holding doors open.
We're talking about manners. We're talking about manners. All right, and that was one of the examples. It didn't have to be. Oh my god, this guy. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be that specific thing. We're just talking about manners in general. Just like Dallas said, you head nod somebody or something like that. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, if someone is doing something polite, all right, the polite thing to do is at least acknowledge it, plain and simple, right? And you don't have to sit, like I said, you don't have to sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna, do this craziness or whatever. But like a simple thank you is all somebody asks for. But anyway, that's something completely different than what the fuck we were talking about. See, this is why we can't never run a decent show because Jake could just be bringing in some bullshit. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. The next reaction for this week. We got an image here, and I'm gonna bring it up for everybody. Let me go ahead and put the live reaction screen. And Jay Groton, what's up, man? Appreciate you watching us on Twitch. Thank you very much. And Andreas Walt, real quick before we move on, Andreas Walt said, I had something like this happen to me, but it was more on the racist side. I held a door open for an elderly white woman, and she looked at me with disgust, until this little white girl grabbed the door and held it for her, and that old chick was like, oh, thank you, sweetheart. Hey, you know what? Fuck that bitch. She gonna die soon anyway, so it is what it is. She is what it is. It is what it is. You really, and that's the thing. You can't change them old racist people. Like, we gotta stop being surprised that old people are racist. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's just like, I mean, think about it. Those old people were youths, were our age back in the 60s and 50s and shit. So don't expect them to change their worldview or something like that. They're old and they're racist and they're stupid. But anyway, so we got this image, right? This image that's in this group. It was okay. Look, it says nerds with melanin. And they posted this, and this was the dumbest fucking post I've seen in a long time. But it said J. Cole / Gohan, both have high potential. Both compete with the big two, leading to be the big three. Goku is Drake, Kendrick is Vegeta, but still the weakest out of the three because they both stay in the same lane and not try to ascend to another level. And then started to become letdowns because they're starting to get lazy. Dragon Ball's Gohan and For Your Eyes Only Cole. So I saw this shit and I immediately thought the person who made this was fucking stupid. So nerds with melanin,
attention seeking.
Whoever that moderator was who put that shit on y'all page, that was a stupid ass post. And I mean that. I'm saying that with my chest. That was a stupid ass post. Okay? Who the fuck? First off, For Your Eyes Only Cole is lazy. Let me tell you guys something. Whoever thinks For Your Eyes Only, no, that's Forest Hills Drive. For Your Eyes Only was first off, For Your Eyes Only was an extremely introspective album. It was mainly focused on storytelling, specifically from the perspective of one of Cole's friends, right? Because that album was kind of like dedicated to that guy. The dude died. One of Cole's good friends, he died, left behind a kid and a baby mama or whatever. So the whole album is kind of just telling like how like people are, how should I put this? How we're destined to go through certain situations, and it's hard for people who grow up in certain environments to get out of that, that negative like circumstance. But the album was it was extremely introspective. And if you're telling me songs like Change or Changes, The Neighbors, I know y'all heard that song. That's a banger too. So how is that lazy for one? Hey, I want to fold clothes for you. That's my shit. All right, For Your Eyes Only. I don't for whom the bell tolls. Let me tell you something. That album wasn't lazy. It just wasn't what people wanted from Cole, because that album came right after Forest Hills Drive, which was, everybody wanted another, Get Off My Dick or Firing Squad or something like that. You know what I'm saying? People wanted that hype to continue. And he was like, nah, I want to make something more introspective. That's how Cole is. All right. So for y'all to say that album was lazy, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. That's one. Two, what do you mean he doesn't try to ascend to another level? I don't understand. What the fuck does that mean? He is literally at the top of his game right now. And so we're talking about the big three. We're talking about the big three, while Drake is definitely like the most popular rapper. So I think that's what they're trying to say when they say there's big three.
Drake does not belong in the same category as Kendrick and J. Cole.
I wouldn't put Drake in the same category as far as music ability, but as far as popularity is different. Popularity is different. And I think that's what he's trying to insinuate here. Because again, popularity wise, yes, Drake is the most popular rapper and he gets his thing out there. Drake does have hits, But when we're talking about staying in the same lane, trying not to ascend. First off, you got like Cole has been sleeping these Cole's put out a project each year for like the last 3 years. What are you talking about? He just came out with his last album. Before that, what do you mean nobody's listening to Cole? Listen, Cole had the #1 album this year in the world. What are you talking about?
How can he have the #1 album this year if the year's not over?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so this year so far, the fuck? I don't. What the fuck is he talking about? This year so far.
That's a big claim.
All right. This year he had. I didn't say album of the year. I said he had the biggest album of the year so far. All right, so far.
Okay. Well,
Jesus, this fucking semantics, motherfucker, yo. That's why I don't like talking to this nigga.
How are you gonna say semantics when you're over here picking at these words? That's not semantics.
It's not picking. He had the biggest. If I pull up the statistics of Cole's album, it is factually proven. Oh, how did I like the stream? I guess I pressed something on my phone. But if I pull up Cole's number, it is factually proven that he has the highest selling album this year. That is a fact. All right. That is a actual fact, and he had it in the world too. That is a fact. Okay, so the fact that we're saying that he isn't well, for a hip hop artist, let me be specific. For a hip hop artist, so the fact that people are saying he's not trying to ascend to another level, that's stupid. He had this album this year. Last year, was it 2019 that he dropped or 2020 that he dropped Revenge of the Dreamers? Was that 2020?
I think so.
And then before that, he had KOD. So what the fuck are we talking about here? For like the past 3 years, he's really dropped shit. How is he lazy?
The proper thing for this would be people argue over who's. I'd probably put J. Cole in the Vegeta category, just because I feel like he's always going to come in second place to Kendrick, no matter what. Just because that's how.
Why people say
that. But I'm not saying it from like a lyrical standpoint. I'm just saying that a lot more people like Kendrick because Kendrick has the whole West Coast, and that's basically why like that.
I don't understand.
I know.
I don't think that's. I wouldn't say that's true. I wouldn't say that's true because Kendrick. When was the last time Kendrick dropped the project? 2017.
Bro, people love Kendrick Lamar, bro.
People love Kendrick Lamar, but
but Kendrick has what the Pulitzer Prize. I don't know how to properly say that.
The Pulitzer, the
Pulitzer, the Pulitzer Award. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's not like he doesn't have feats and he doesn't have like projects.
But that was for To Pimp a Butterfly in 2016.
But I'm saying though, I understand where you're coming from, but the fact that J. Cole doesn't have those accolades quite yet is what's gonna like separate. You know what I'm saying? Him from Kendrick.
But
that's
why
Kendrick is cemented.
But I'm saying, but just the same way.
Listen.
The same way in Dragon Ball.
Stop.
The same way in Dragon Ball.
Because
where
that's
Goku has never really beat Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like
J. Cole has
go back and forth and say
J. Cole has made platinum albums by himself.
You're right.
No features.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that like and not only for Forest Hills Drives, not only for Forest Hills Drives, he got it for For Your Eyes Only as well, and he got it for KOD. That's 3 back-to-back albums that all went platinum with 0 features. That's just himself. So the fact that y'all are saying people don't listen to him, I don't understand as much as Kendrick.
Hey, bro,
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying
that's
that.
3 back-to-back platinum albums.
But
okay?
but
some of
like
those went double platinum. So,
but like Dragon Ball Z, Goku had all the teachers, and that nigga Vegeta was by himself in the hyperbolic time chamber doing his own shit.
Bro, and
my main point that I'm trying to get across is that Drake belongs in the Gohan category. That's what I'm trying to say. Drake is the Gohan, and then you can argue for Vegeta and
who's the Goku?
Nigga, you can argue.
Kendrick
the J. Cole fans.
Kendrick is not Goku.
The J. Cole fans are gonna say that J. Cole is Goku. The Kendrick fans are gonna say
until
and then they're gonna.
Okay, we're talking hip hop. We are talking.
But I think Drake
hip-hop.
belongs in the Gohan category because all his songs sound the same.
Let me move
to me.
Okay,
to me.
So Drake,
you're saying not stepping out of the lane doesn't the weakest like bars wise making his own albums and shit.
My man J. Cole went to Africa.
That's Drake.
My man J. Cole went to Africa to play professional basketball at 36. My man J. Cole got his own shoe line, his own shoe franchise, or not shoe franchise, shoe line with Puma. All right. J. Cole has literally consistently been number one in hip hop for a long. Okay, let me rephrase that. All right, Drake has been number one in hip hop regardless, whether or not we want to agree or disagree. Or we're not talking about from a bars standpoint. We're talking about from a selling standpoint. Drake has always been number one in hip hop. That's just how it is. When Drake releases a project, he always breaks records. He always breaks numbers. And this is purely speaking. This is purely speaking from a number standpoint. So if we're talking about solely a number standpoint, then yes, Drake would be considered Goku. If we're talking solely number standpoint, if we're talking about people who fuck with hip hop as a game, whatever, the fact that y'all are saying J. Cole isn't Goku when J. Cole has been more consistent than Kendrick over the last 10 years. Okay, yes, when Kendrick drops a project, he drops great projects, and I'm not saying that Kendrick is a bad artist in any way, shape, or form, but he had 3 tremendous projects. Okay, he had the Good Kid, Mad City, all right. Then he had To Pimp a Butterfly, and then he had KOD. Those were his last 3 big works since 2017. Oh, I'm sorry. I said KOD. I meant Damn. My bad. I meant Damn. All right. So those are his last 3 big actual projects. He dropped Damn in 2017. Okay. So for the past 4 years, coming on 4 years, he hasn't dropped a single fucking project. So the fact that y'all are saying he could still be Goku and he hasn't dropped a single project in 4 years when J. Cole has dropped.
What does that have to do with anything?
We're talking about people
what does release consistency have to do with anything? If
because
J. Cole has to stay coming out with shit,
he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
So neither does Kendrick, and that's why he hasn't.
So that's what separates the two. If both of them do not have to, if you're saying J. Cole isn't cemented in the industry, is that what you're saying? Because if you're saying that you don't know the fuck, you don't know hip hop.
J. Cole song in a Marvel movie. When's the last time we had J. Cole collaborating with international like entities and agencies and shit? We don't hear.
He ain't go to Africa just now, and then I just bring up the whole Africa thing.
We don't hear or see J. Cole like we do Kendrick.
That is a lie. That is a lie. The numbers don't even back up what you're saying. The numbers support what I'm saying. He has multiple platinum albums. All of his last projects have. You know what? I'm gonna pull this shit up. Let me go ahead and move because y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about, and that's bothering me. The fact that we're saying
you're a J. Cole fan.
Hey, I'm not a stan.
No one's denying his success. All right, no one's denying his success. But when you could let's say this, right? Let's say we line up 20 kids, right? We say, hey, who's Kendrick? Oh yeah, I know Kendrick. Who's J. Cole? Probably half of them are gonna be like,
I completely distree with you. I completely disagree with you. J. Cole is one of the biggest names in hip hop. J. Cole is literally the biggest name in hip hop. Him and Kendrick Lamar and Drake, they all know about them 3. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I think the biggest misconception is when you start talking about Goku and Vegeta, you're literally just like splitting hairs though, and it comes to like a personal preference. You know what I mean?
When we talk about Goku and Vegeta, we should talk about their personalities, right? Goku Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'd probably say just because, like, nigga, when you talk about Goku, like again, Goku and Vegeta, you're splitting hairs. It's not like one is like super, like way more powerful than the other one, and the other one is just like steadily lacking, right? Like you make a good case because J. Cole has been putting these albums out by himself, not a bunch of features. He has done more albums. He has put out more albums in the past couple of years. You could say that he could be Goku right now. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Just like the same way where you could come back and say, well, Kendrick has a Pulitzer Prize and he's done this and I think he has a Grammy for the Black Panther soundtrack or something like that. Right? Like you could say that
it would be an Oscar.
An Oscar. Yeah. So it's like he has, he has.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It probably would be a Grammy, actually. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's like he has those.
J. Cole's got plenty of Grammys. J. Cole or Kendrick has Grammys. Kendrick has awards. He has accolades. Yeah. All right. But so does J. Cole. They both have accolades. So that's what I'm trying to say. So now we're trying to say that like, oh, certain accolades are worth more, right? When we're talking about the state of hip hop and we're talking about people.
But I'm saying that you could flip them easily and make a case for both of them. My main point to get across was that Drake is Gohan. That's
okay.
If
that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I'm not gonna.
When it comes to the other two, you know, I like them both. I like them both. I don't think Drake belongs in this category, and I think all of his things sound the same. I think the last couple albums that Drake has put out have been kind of disappointing compared to what he put out originally, and you know, I think it all just sounds the same and it sounds stale. So, you know, that's my personal opinion. If you want to argue for J. Cole being Goku, nigga, I won't stop you. You make a good case.
All right.
But Drake is definitely the Gohan out of these three.
So if we're talking about like artistry, then yes, Drake would be considered the Gohan, and I'm not. And if we're talking artistry, all right. But again, when we're talking about the difference between J. Cole and Kendrick, when both of them are pretty much the same, and one person is more consistent than the other, then how are they not better? Plain and simple.
That's true.
That's
true.
They're
Because
both
quality
up
over
there.
quantity.
They're you say quality over quantity, and again, the guy has multiple platinum albums. Each album he makes is a platinum hit. So what are you
So
talking
let me
about
put it
quality
let
over
me put it like
quantity?
this. If J.
When
Cole-
is the
let's
last
say J.
time you
Cole
listened
dropped a
to
project,
Damn?
right?
When is the
Let's
last
say-
time you sat there and you were like,
let's
oh
say
yeah,
J. Cole drops the project, and you know he just comes out on a Monday, and then Kendrick drops something on a Tuesday. You're gonna tell me that J. Cole isn't
As
gonna
of-
lose all of
as
that
it is right
attention?
now,
Yeah,
it's
he
complete.
would.
Hold on, as it is
He
right now,
would.
it's a different
Exactly.
situation. It's a
Exactly.
different
He would.
situation right now though, because Kendrick hasn't dropped something in the
Yeah,
last
man,
4
fuck
years.
J. Cole.
I
You're not
was getting
listening.
ready to say,
You're not listening. Drake,
because
Kendrick-
Kendrick has not dropped shit, everyone's going to be more hyped
exactly,
for the
because
Kendrick
Kendrick
project
hasn't
he
dropped
dropped
anything
it
in the
years.
last 4 years. So of course the hype's going to be
Fact.
bigger. And that's like saying
Fact.
if Doja Cat dropped something, right, and Rihanna, right? Doja Cat and Rihanna are two entertainers, right? Doja Cat is more consistent as it is right now. Rihanna's focusing on the fashion and the whatever thing. Okay, doesn't mean
she's a
that Doja
billionaire
Cat is Doja Cat is extremely popular, makes great music. Okay, if Rihanna were to drop an album the same week as Doja Cat, of course Rihanna's gonna get more looks
She's
because she hasn't dropped something in like the last fucking 4 years. So you can't sit here and make that argument when someone hasn't dropped something in 4 years. What we can say as it is right now though is that as far as quality over quantity goes, you have 3 platinum albums versus like 4-5 platinum albums. So what are you talking about? When someone has just as much quality and more quantity, it automatically makes them better.
It doesn't make them better because I
Get the
already
fuck
made
outta
my
here.
case.
All
I already
right.
made my point.
He don't know what he's
I
talking
already
about,
made my
y'all.
point.
Listen,
And you
Jake.
already proved it.
Listen,
And you already
if this
proved
was
it.
some metal bullshit, I would let Jake talk out his ass
I
all he
can't.
wants. But Jake don't know what the fuck he's talking about right now, y'all. I'm sorry. He don't know what he's
So-
talking
I
about.
can't go.
So
I can't
let's
go
put it like
against
this.
this because I make the same argument for Jay-Z all the time. So
He can't.
I mean, I can't go against what you're saying. What you're saying is 100% valid. You know,
Right.
he's got. You know,
Like
so,
consistently, and then not only does he have his reach in the hip hop cemented. Talk about cemented. J. Cole is cemented in the game. All right. When people
That's
people
real.
talk about the GOAT conversations, it's always between J. Cole and Kendrick. So the fact that you can't say that he isn't cemented. All right. That's one.
So the fact
Two.
that Kendrick keeps coming up and he doesn't have consistency really talks to how much better he actually is.
People
No.
love Kendrick
He
Lamar.
doesn't
That doesn't mean he's
he
better.
doesn't
That just
need
means
to
people
come
want to
out
keep
with
it.
it
They want to
every
hear from
single
him.
year.
I'm not gonna
If
lie.
J. Cole
People
didn't-
love
listen.
Kendrick Lamar.
Listen, when J. Cole so let me pull up the numbers. J. Cole dropped For Your Eyes Only in 2016. Okay, then he didn't drop another album for 2 whole years. Okay, when KOD came out, that was all anybody
I
was
do
talking
fuck
about.
KOD.
When
I do
KOD
fuck
ca-
KOD.
when KOD came out, that was all the hip hop was talking about at that time. And then not only did he come out with KOD, what you don't see on here is his other album that he came out with, The Revenge of the Dreamers 3. That came out in 2019. So KOD dropped 2018. And then right after that, he dropped Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Everybody was on that shit. So the man has ran hip hop for, like, realistically speaking, the past 4 years in terms of artistry. All right. I'm not going to say numbers because Drake has ran hip hop, numbers speaking, for
Those numbers
quite
are
a long
inflated.
time.
What is-
Quite a long time. So again, we have a person whose artistry is literally on par. Okay, and I'll say this. Artistry speaking, I would give Kendrick the slight edge. The slight edge. And the reason why I say the slight edge is because Kendrick is that Pulitzer award that he got from To Pimp a Butterfly, that was well deserved. That was a piece of art, right? That was a very poetic album. very hard hitting. So I would give Kendrick, in terms of like, if you were to sit there and say, hey, you two gotta write like bar for bar some crazy shit, Kendrick would definitely get the slight edge over J. Cole, because Kendrick has always been.
Right, so he's better.
No. Okay,
I'm done.
he has the slight edge. All right, but then again, he has zero projects over the last 4 or 5 years, zero consistency over the last 4 or 5 years. All right, King's dead. That's cool. We all like fucking Black Panther. I mean, that's cool, but that shit came out in what, 2016? So the fuck are you talking about as far as the Marvel goes? All right, J. Cole has consistently been at the top of the hip hop in everybody's mouth over the last 4 or 5 years. Whenever J. Cole drops a project, he's been doing his thing, okay? And then not only does he run hip hop, the man even branched out. He got his own shoe line, and he's playing basketball in other countries. Like, get the fuck out of here.
What does that have to do with anything?
Get out of here. It shows you that the man is multifaceted. The man is multifaceted.
Yeah, like he's playing basketball.
We brought up the Pulitzer Award, right? That's an award you give for writing.
That has to do with that does have to do with his musical talents.
So let's take out the basketball thing. The point is musically, if we're just talking music, J. Cole has way more accolades.
And that's
You're right.
Okay.
You're 100% right.
Okay.
And that's what I'm just telling you. This is why I feel like J. Cole is Vegeta, because niggas love Kendrick Lamar. I can't tell you why.
Let me ask you a question.
I cannot tell you why. I can't tell you why.
What separates Goku and Vegeta? I'm gonna tell you what separates Goku and Vegeta.
Fans?
No, I'm gonna tell you what separates Goku and Vegeta. I'm gonna tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you what separates Goku and Vegeta.
You have just as many.
Separates
you have
Goku
just as
and
many
Vegeta.
Vegeta diehards as Goku diehards.
What
he was
separates
just there
Goku
first.
and Vegeta in the anime, okay, is the fact that Goku actually finishes off main villains while Vegeta doesn't. Vegeta hasn't bodied the main villain.
Goku's only killed like 2 or 3 villains.
What?
Goku. Besides, first off, Goku has beaten every main villain except for Cell. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
No, because
He beat Frieza. No,
He beat
Goku.
Frieza.
Goku beat Frieza. Just because Goku didn't
Goku beat Frieza first.
kill Frieza, he still beat Frieza. You don't have to kill
That's what I
somebody to beat
said.
them.
I'm saying,
So Goku
that's
beat
what
Frieza.
I'm saying as far as like actual kills go for them.
We're not
okay,
talking about
well,
kills. We're
you
talking
didn't
about
beat
beating
somebody
people.
If they came back, you didn't beat someone if you came back. Like
If you and me get into a fight and I beat your ass, does that mean I won?
and I came back, you didn't win.
I'm done.
Yo,
You didn't win.
this is what I'm telling you guys. This is what I'm telling you guys. Joe,
I come back, you didn't
yo,
win.
Jake don't know what
Jake
the
is
fuck
the
he talking
fucking
about.
worst,
He will stand on this hill and
This
do
nigga
whatever.
said-
All right. So the point
He
is,
said, you ain't kill me. So
the
you
point
ain't
is, Goku, right? You ain't kill me, so you ain't win. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Goku beat Frieza. Goku beat Boo. Goku beat Goku and Frieza together beat Jiren. So I mean, there's that, right? But still, Goku has had pivotal moments in beating every single main villain in the series. All right, whereas Vegeta never has. So that's what separates Vegeta and Goku. Okay, that's the main thing that separates the Jiren in Dragon Ball Super. All right.
But isn't that similar to Cole and Goku? How I mean, Cole
So
and
what I'm
and
saying is,
Kendrick, how, like,
no. Because what I'm
has
saying is,
surprise and
that's
and
no.
J. Cole-
No. We're talking arcs. So the Pulitzer Prize would be one arc where Kendrick actually he ran that. All right, that's his main villain victory. Okay, for the past 4 or 5 arcs, he has been non-existent, and J. Cole has consistently beaten that main villain. So he would beat Goku if we're talking this comparison, because that's what separates the two of them. That's what separates Goku and Vegeta in this series. All right.
I mean, as a Vegeta diehard,
He
I don't care
consistently
who's
beat
I don't
the
care
same
who's the
person.
Vegeta
But
character.
if the same person keeps coming back, he didn't beat nobody.
I understand.
Jake, stop
Believe
talking.
me, I completely
It's a punching bag.
Jake, don't know what
That's
the
all
fuck
it
you're
is.
talking
It's a
about.
punching bag. It doesn't go anywhere. It
Jake doesn't know what
do
he's talking about.
anything.
Jake doesn't know what he's
You're
talking
just
about.
hitting the same shit
Jake
over
doesn't
and
know what
over
he's talking
again.
about. If I beat you, listen, if we're boxing and I beat your ass and I win that round, you didn't have to die for me to win. I won.
Jake's gonna be that meme from the nigga from
Exactly.
South Park.
I know
I
the
didn't hear no
fight.
bell.
The fight. The fight.
bell.
Jake, what are you talking about?
You know have you seen the meme of the dad from South Park where nigga he's all beat up and shit, and it's like the meme would be like, yeah, he's all fucked up. If you get your ass beat, I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell. Listen, and then if you get knocked out, Jake, and then you go to sleep, and then you decide to wake up and come back to fight,
Wake up, Jake, I'm not
you
dead.
still lost. You still lost,
I'm not
Jake.
dead.
Bro, I'm gonna come back.
I'm not dead.
dead,
Yeah,
Like
get out of here.
vampire, and I did not. We're like, oh,
This old samurai ass.
Goku and
didn't die.
Vegeta have
Bro.
died a bunch of times, y'all. All right.
I live in
Vegeta has a better better KD win loss record than Goku. What do you mean? Like in terms of them fighting? I guess he's up one, but again, those are all different situations as well. And you know what? That's why if anything, this is why Kendrick is Vegeta and J. Cole is Goku, because technically speaking, Vegeta has beaten Goku more times than Goku has beaten Vegeta. All right, Majin Vegeta, but then again, Goku ain't want to actually like kill that nigga.
Right.
So that's like saying when people bring that up, that's like saying, oh well, Sasuke beat Naruto sometimes, yeah, because Naruto ain't want to kill Sasuke. So what are we talking about?
More importantly, because Naruto didn't let that Nine Tails loose the first time.
Exactly, and but the point is though is that at the end of the day, there are reasons why certain people have better accolades. Okay, so again, Kendrick has the better accolade in the Pulitzer Prize and the Grammy for that Marvel song, which
you said you give him the slight edge.
He gets the slight. So in that sense, he's Vegeta, as in he's Vegeta because he has a slight edge. But when we're talking about overall consistency, overall impact to the game, overall etc., J. Cole is leading in each one of those categories as it stands right now. Now, who knows? Okay, Goku, or just like how Vegeta is supposed to have his moment with Granola, right? In the manga right now, he's supposed to have his moment. Vegeta's supposed to hit that god of destruction and come through, and who knows? Vegeta may actually catch his first main villain body, and that would be dope. And for the first time in like 30 fucking years, he would actually have like a legitimate body, and that would be cool. So Kendrick could do the same thing. Kendrick could come back out, and I'm not saying he like, it's very plausible that Kendrick may drop something and it's a crazy, like, critically acclaimed whatever. But again, there's multiple contributing factors to that. The time that he's been out of the game and the expectation that people have put upon him, But if anything, this solidifies why he's more of Vegeta and J. Cole is currently Goku. And if that dynamic changes, it'll change. But at the end of the day, J. Cole ain't Gohan. So whoever made this, let me bring that meme back up.
Yeah,
for people to see.
That's safe. That's safe to say that J. Cole is not Gohan.
Whoever said that J. Cole was Gohan, I want to respectfully say you're a fucking idiot. And yeah, so that's that. All right, y'all. So moving on. First off, we just crossed that hour mark. I need to take a piss or something real quick before we continue.
And I'm good. I'm chilling.
I'm good too. All right, cool. So let's just go ahead and move on to like the second part of the show. And we're gonna talk about some shit, y'all.
Oh, never mind.
Say that again.
No, because I was trying to think of more analogy.
No,
right?
Just don't.
This whole Goku Vegeta thing. Like, what about like a Batman Superman thing?
No, because one is clearly
broken
and one is not.
Goku and Vegeta would be a better because Goku and Vegeta are like this consistently, but Goku just always kind of has the edge in terms of impact on the overall verse. That's just how it is,
If you drop Batman in an arena with Superman, he's getting his ass.
Yeah, he's getting his ass handed to him. And people say, "Oh, well, listen. We all know comic books be doing some stupid shit." Realistically speaking, if Batman and Superman would get into a fight, that man Superman would fucking flick that dude. All right, and and that would be that. So let's not even stop the cat. Right? Let's stop.
Master Bruce.
Yeah,
he's tired of Alfred.
So we've been talking about some things, right? And one of the things that I wanted to talk about personally today was getting rid of distractions and like being about your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So recently, Manolia Lunar is now following on Twitch. Manolia, thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. So yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was being about your purpose, right? And what I mean by that is, so myself, I've been kind of dealing with the normal things that I feel, right? I'm 26 years old. Um, and if you were to look at my life on paper, people would say that I'm relatively successful. You know, I mean, where I'm working at right now, not a lot of people can say they're working at. You know, if I were to do like my high school reunion or something like that, people would hear my job and what I do and be like, "Oh my God, this guy really has things going for him." You know, but just because I have certain things doesn't necessarily mean that I feel fulfilled, right? Because I wanna do different things with my life than just work, you know. And it's part of the reason why I started B.S.C. I want to be my own boss. I want to do whatever. So I was looking at my life, right, and I kind of like wrote it down on paper, and like a timeline. You know what I'm saying? And I said from 1 to 18, that was my youth. You know, so from 1 to 18, I was doing kid shit, going to school, doing whatever. Yes, everybody has their different childhoods and different adversities, but again, from 1 to 18, I was in school, and then from 19 to 25, I was in the military. So, you know, I was restricted in the sense of I had fun in the military. Don't get me wrong; those 6 years in the military are definitely filled with more good times than bad times. But the point is, I was always kind of
Very lucky.
yeah, very lucky, right? I was I
Very
was still
fortunate.
always like inhibited in the sense of, you know, we have a code of conduct. You got the UCMJ, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You still had to be a certain type of person in and out of uniform.
Yeah.
Like it didn't just apply to civilian world. You know, in the civilian world, you can go to your job, do certain things, but then outside of your job, you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as it's nothing like too crazy. And it is what it is. Your job rules don't apply to your personal life. This is different in the military. Your job rules definitely apply to your personal life. You're basically, they say you're a sailor 24/7 because you are. Anything you do outside of work, you can still get in trouble for under the UCMJ, right? So I was still like inhibited in that sense. So now I'm, from 25 to early 26, I was kind of just stuck at home because of COVID. I literally got out April 2020, peak COVID time. And it was super difficult to find a job. So I was kind of just at home, just looking and studying and doing whatever. So now I'm 26, going on 27. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, my youth is slowly getting away from me, you know? Like, and I'm still working and I'm not where I want to be, you know? When I was younger, I had like aspirations of or maybe I should say ideals of being this like super big rich person and having fun and going traveling to all these different countries and spending bread and fucking mad bitches, all that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had the lifestyle that people want, that I think most people want, just to have fun and just to be free. And now I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm approaching 30, like a couple more years and I'll be 30. And then realistically speaking, 30 to like 35, 36, and then I'm not young anymore. Then I'm like middle aged after that. And then from there, I could get.
What?
Listen. Technically speaking, listen. Technically
how long
speaking,
do you plan on living?
Hold on.
Shit.
Technically speaking, the average lifespan for a man is 75. That is the average lifespan for a man. So 38 is considered middle aged.
Nah, son.
If the average lifespan, if the average lifespan is 75, half of 75 is 37, 38, 37.5 technically.
Man.
But that's what I'm saying. That's technically middle aged.
30 is the new 20, man. That ass. That's some real shit.
Okay.
Especially for people like us, bro. Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day,
People
you
have
could
to deal
be
with high
18.
blood pressure and
well, not even that, bro. Just like back in the day, you could be 18, 19 years old and go get like a good ass paying job.
Mhm.
Now you gotta go either be in the military for 4 years or some change. You gotta go to college for 4 years or some change. Then they want you to have experience when you get out. You know what I'm saying? So you really not even like
you're not able to live.
You're not able to live and make a living until you get to be like 30 years old. Well, back in the day, you could be 18, go get a job at John Deere or some shit, and then you're living the fucking dream.
And I get that, but that has nothing to do.
Working at a fucking gas station.
That still has nothing to do with age, though. All right. So
we living longer now, though. We living longer now.
Again, the average lifespan as of 2021 is 75 for a black man. Okay. So
In
again,
America or worldwide?
in America.
Okay.
So the average lifespan is 75. And you know what? It might even be lower
75.
actually. Let me look it up so I'm not talking out my ass. Let me see.
Man,
The
I'd
average
say 40 is
life
mid age is like 45.
expectancy
Dog.
of US male. We'll just say that. So the average life expectancy of a US male, okay, 78. So I was off by 3 years. And that was of 2018. Hold on, let me go to
Hey man,
2020.
those last 3 years are gonna be my party
Hey
years.
So
man,
yeah,
I
so
can't wait.
look.
When I get
NPR.org.
old, I'm living the dream, boy.
NPR.org. It says the average lifespan is 75 for 2020. All right. And for black men, it's
Okay.
even less than that. For a black male, the average lifespan in 2020 is 72. So again,
Yeah, see, I'm rounding down to 70 at that.
Man,
so
I'm
exactly. Let's just round
rounding
down
up.
to let's just round down to 70. Okay. The point is, if 70 is the average
Yeah.
lifespan, then technically speaking, the middle of 70 is 35. So
Yeah,
35 is
that
middle aged, plain and simple. That is
nah,
that is middle. That is literally middle age. There's no other way to
nah.
like define that. What are you talking about?
I
Nah.
mean, nigga, I plan on living to be old as fuck.
Hey,
So
listen,
my middle
that's
age,
cool. Listen.
my middle age is like 40, 45. I'm about to be 90 years
Hey,
old.
I
God damn it.
completely agree. I want to live till I'm like 100. I'm trying to hit that century mark. All right, but
Boy, I'm
again,
talking cash shit.
I also want to. But that the later half of my years, I'm old as fuck. I'm not gonna want to like do all this crazy shit. I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be
Like
happy
what?
if I can get up and wipe my own ass. You know. So I'm trying to be in a
At
situation.
35?
No. I said my later half of life.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn, bro.
No. I said
Nigga.
that's the later half of life, all right? And I'm talking about like your
Bro.
60s,
Nigga.
your 60s and
Okay.
up, all right? 60s and up,
Yeah,
okay? I'm gonna
yeah.
be happy. I'll be happy if I'm able to, you know, I'm still mobile, still able to have fun and not be in constant pain from things like arthritis or having to
Man.
worry about my blood pressure or some shit like that. But my whole point is this, all right? If I'm thinking about youth and I were to categorize being young, I would categorize being young till about the age of 35. That's what I would categorize young. So 1 to 35 in the span of, or in the grand scheme of things, is considered young. And then from like 35 to 55, I would consider to be middle aged. All right. And then anything over 55, you're fucking old. All right. It is what it is. Okay. So now I'm thinking about things and I'm like, yo,
discounts and shit at that point.
I'm trying to be.
Old.
I got that VA discount, so I ain't even worry about it. You know, that veterans discount.
Mm,
So,
I mean,
but again, now I'm thinking to myself, yo, I almost feel like my life is on like a timeline, you know, like a stop. How should I put this? I mean, we're all dying every day, right? But I just feel like I feel it more as I grow a little older, and I'm thinking to myself, like, my youth is, I only have but so much youth left. And while I'm young, I still want to do shit and have fun and be free without being under the confines of something else, you know? Like I work for government now, and I like government, and that's cool and all, but let's be honest, working for government, I'm still stifled in some situations. I can't necessarily say what I want. I can't do what exactly, right? Like I can't smoke weed and go to work, or I can't even smoke weed on my off time, because if I pop on a piss test or some shit like that, then I lose my job, you know? Or I can't sit here and say something crazy. And I'm not saying that I want to do these things, y'all. What I'm saying is that I've always felt constrained for, you know, basically my whole life leading up to now. So I'm of the mindset of, yo, within the next 10 years, you really got to like be about your purpose, find a way to get money and get paid so that once you hit 35, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? And that's really what I want to do. I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want by the time I'm 35 and 40. Be my own boss, not have to worry about fucking going to work in a certain uniform, and not having to worry about, if I don't do this, then my job's gonna get mad at me or whatever. So,
right. Work,
but
politics, job duties.
yeah, and even closer to that, and we're talking about within like the next 5 years, you know, I'm still in the mindset of like, yo, I'm trying to travel. I'm young. I'm single. I'm trying to travel, yo. Before it's time for me to settle down and look for a family, I'm trying to, you know, trying to spread my
You
seed.
know,
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
I
I
break
don't
some
know,
backs.
this
man.
bug already
I
spread
guess I
around, so you might not be
break backs.
traveling for a little bit.
Man,
Nah, I'm traveling, bro.
I guess my philosophy is opposite, man. I'd much rather grind and get all the money while I'm young and then be old and just like travel and chill and
But I mean, when the time
fish
we're
and
old, we're not gonna be
shit.
able to do shit.
Yeah, man. What do you mean, bro? Hey, man. I see plenty of able-bodied old people all the time. I'm not
It's not
trying to
like you're gonna
be,
be like. How should I put this? Man, while
man.
I'm
You
young,
look.
I could go
There's,
to some other country, go party it up, go take a shorty home, do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving while I'm young and I'm attractive and I'm
you could do
sexy.
that when
You know,
you could do that when you're 50.
but it's less likely that that's gonna happen when you're 50, though. I mean,
Hey,
let's be
man.
honest.
All you gotta do
Unless
is
you throwing cash at her, but I ain't trying to be
I was
throwing
about
cash
to
at her.
say,
Yeah,
go to
no.
Japan, hit that young brothel, homie. You'll be
No, we're
good to
not.
go.
No, we're not talking about that. All right. No, I ain't out
Jack
here
is the
gonna
new Tyrion Lannister.
look.
I'll be in the
Nah,
brothel. In the
that's
brothel.
Dallas. You know, Dallas out here. Once Dallas gets old, he definitely gonna be that
Hey,
old guy who just don't give
hey,
a fuck. You know,
I
he
straight
just
up
don't
said that.
care.
Like, bro, if this was back in the day, I was a gladiator, boy, I'd be in the arena and I'd be in the brothels, boy.
Yeah.
Facts,
Mm-hmm.
Believe, believe,
bro. I might die
believe.
tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Come
I'm
here,
in there. Yeah,
come
I'm
here.
in there.
You know.
Yeah, dead ass.
But yeah, man,
But no,
I'm just trying to have fun. And I'm trying to do whatever. So and I say all that to say this, man. I have taken my life, putting it into like that scale, right? And
yeah,
I've decided that now I need to do things to make sure that I can achieve that goal, right? So again, I have a great job. I make good money, but I want more, you know. And to me, I'm not satisfied till I'm making well over six figures. You know, I'm close to that now, but you know, I'm not going to be satisfied till I make
Not
well
enough.
over six figures. You know,
Not enough.
and that's the thing. It's the concept of more. You know, you ever seen that Kobe Bryant commercial where he's talking to Kanye West and he's like more, and Kanye's like, but I've done everything, and you know, and I've gotten all the awards, and I've created all the music, and Kobe's like, do more, and he's like, what more can I do? And he's like, are you the same animal but also a different beast? And then Kobe was like, what the fuck? Or Kanye was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kobe?
like
And it
you're
sounds
welcome.
funny. It sounded fun. Yeah, exactly. It sounds
Yeah,
funny, but I was actually thinking about that commercial a lot because I was like, yo, that's how I feel right now. I want more. You know, I want a bigger house. You know what I'm saying? I want all my people to get taken care of for. I want more hoes. You know, I want more money. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want more, right? And so again, I've taken steps to now to achieve that goal later. And what I mean by that is, you know, so again, B.S.C is an official business now, right? We're gonna start creating products and everything. And again, I'm not gonna be telling everybody what it is just yet until we're actually ready to launch these projects. But we got some good ideas coming through, you know. We got some different projects that each one of us are gonna start doing, you know, and we're gonna keep those under wraps until we're ready to release those as well. But the point is, I'm making moves. You know what I'm saying? And I've decided to get rid of things that don't contribute to me obtaining my goals. And that includes people, distractions like, you know, like video games or something like that, and bad food, bad habits in general, you know. All those things I've decided to remove from my life so that I can become a more focused person moving forward. And some people don't necessarily like that. And it is what it is. And I say all that to say this. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes it's okay to be selfish. And what I mean by that is this. I was dealing with a situation. Remember, I was just talking about that girl. So I actually recently cut things off with all the people who I was like talking to. I'm not going to say romantically, but, you know, I was just hitting up, you know. And one of them did not like that at all. But I was kept it a buck even from the beginning of, you know, us messing around. I told her from the jump, hey, I don't want anything serious because I don't plan to be here for a long time. And I plan to go back overseas. I plan to, like, my next destination in my mind is South Korea, you know? So I'm like, I'm trying to go everywhere. I'm trying to do everything and go to South Korea, right? So if you want to do something with me, we can chill. You know, I can hit you with the okie doke every once in a while, and you can come through. We can have some fun. But
Not
that's
the
it.
okie doke.
The okie doke,
Right,
yo.
he said the okie
The okie doke. You know what I'm saying?
He'll put the doodah back in
Yeah.
your zippity.
Hit her with that
Yeah,
good old
it'll
razzle
be-
dazzle. You know what I'm saying?
Little-
Good
Yeah,
old
womp womp.
Flip it and
Hey,
reverse it.
Yeah,
You know what I did.
exactly.
You know what I did. Womp. Hit it with that. Womp.
So-
Yes, I did.
But
Yes, I did.
long story short, Shorty ended up
You know what I
catching.
did? Look at my eyes. Roll them.
I put the key in the gate and I locked that motherfucker up.
Oh God. But long story short, y'all, I ended up cutting things off with Shorty, and she caught feelings, right? And I was and then she felt some type of way, and I was just like, I don't know what you want me to say. I said, let you know what it is from the beginning. And I don't mean to be an asshole or callous, but I don't want what you want. So it's just better to end things now rather than keep things dragging on.
Same thing.
Yeah, because I don't want her. Because the last thing I want anybody thinking is that I'm trying to like play them or use them in some capacity. I'm extremely honest and blunt from the beginning. I'll tell chicks flat out, "Hey, what do you want?" And real talk, I'm just looking for a homie. And that's it, really. And if it comes with benefits, it comes with benefits. But that's all I want. I want a homie that I could chill with. We can hit the club. We can go bar hopping or whatever on my off time when I actually have off time to do certain things. But that's it. I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I'm damn sure not looking for a wife. So a lot of these people be sitting here, on fucking Tinder. I'm here to find something serious. I'm here to find my next true love. Shut your dumb ass up. What the fuck you?
If you're on Tinder, looking for love,
yeah,
this
this ain't Match.com. This ain't eHarmony.
Yeah,
it's extremely it's an extremely shallow application. You look for love. That's where you're getting things fucked up on. For one, it's literally a swipe right if you're attracted to them, swipe left if you think they're fucking ugly. So if you're using that as the basis of I'm gonna find my one true love, you're already setting yourself up for failure. That's just one. But yeah, man. Please. So myself, I'm abstaining from any porn. Okay. Video games are going to be extremely limited. Okay. Anime will always be prevalent. I will definitely always watch anime. And this Korean TV, I'm going to be watching the fuck out of this Korean TV and Netflix when I'm chilling. But again, focus back on working out. Focus on building the brand and focus on basically everything that I think is going to lead to the future that I want, And I think that people need to do that.
It's not even being selfish. That's self-interest. That's not selfish at all.
It's investing in yourself.
When you say all that and you're making an investment, that's for your well-being. That's for your life. That is for your happiness. So I don't think it can be misconstrued as selfish because someone's always gonna be like, oh, all you care about is yourself, all you blah 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 blah. So yeah, but really it's just like, if my intentions are to like build something, then is it really selfish?
Yeah,
so
and that's the thing.
It's more self-interest.
And that's the thing. I think for any woman who wants to be with me and wants to like be with me seriously anyway, right? You got to understand that I'm about my purpose and that I'm trying to achieve what I want to achieve. And it's really like, it's a partnership, but it's a partnership in the sense of like, I'm driving and you're in the back seat and you're just, or you're in the passenger seat, I should say. And I'm making all the decisions on where to drive and you're just supporting me in a sense. You're the motherfucker with the radio like, hey, okay, you need something to change your to change your mood. Let's put on some Drake. Let's put on some J. Cole. Let's put on some Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
Some Kendrick.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been listening to J. Cole. Kendrick came out with this new shit.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. So yeah. Anyway. So, but that's what I need, right? That's what I need. And if someone isn't adding value to your life, then, I mean, what do you expect? Right? That's just as it is. Right. What do you expect is gonna come from any type of relationship that doesn't add value? And in the sense of and for a woman, I would just need like peace and someone who's like supportive, and that's it for me personally.
So if you got with a girl and she was waifu material, would you pop the question?
If I met a girl And waifu material for me is you said waifu. The wife material to me would be a woman who's like, all right, you're trying to go back to Korea? Cool. What should we do so I can come with you? Oh, you're trying to get this brand popping? How can I help? You know? Oh, you trying to work out and get sexy? Let me go to the gym with you. Let's be gym partners. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of woman I'm looking for. And if I found a woman like that, would I pop the question? It depends, because one of the biggest, and it's gonna sound fucked up, and I already know, disclaimer, okay? Disclaimer. But listen, my future wife is gonna have to be down with introducing a new ingredient to the table every now and then, all right? And I'm talking extremely for, all right? And if I find a shorty like that who's like, hey,
he's into pegging, he just
no, stop. Shut the fuck up. All right, we're not talking about that, Jake. I'm talking about bringing a new girl to the table. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. This motherfucker. Anyway, all right.
Come on, man.
So if I could find a girl who did all that stuff, if I find a woman who did all that stuff and then was like, hey babe, look at that chick over there. She fine, right? Let's go bag her. Let's take her home. I'd pop the question ASAP. Pop the question like that, you know.
I want some broccoli tonight. We gotta go find some broccoli.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, you know, hey, listen, honey, we've been having a lot of fish lately. I need some steak. You know what I'm saying? I need some steak. I need some pork or some shit, you know? And then she like, okay, let's do whatever, you know? These analogies are bad, I know. But the point is, I just need
some broccoli.
Listen, I just need a chick who is down to support me and a chick who is down to like fuck around with another chick. And don't hit me with because I know what Jake's gonna say. Well, what if she wants to mess with another guy? No, we don't do that bullshit here. All right.
Why was I singled out?
Because you're the type of person who would ask that question. Dallas know better.
I don't give a fuck who you and your lady is fucking. That's on y'all.
Nah, we ain't introducing no other men. Realistic. No other men.
Yeah.
Keep it a buck.
Hey man, you do what you want to do.
Listen, I'm the boss.
Hey, what do you think of that bull over there?
I'm the daddy. Man, all right, that's how I feel about it.
Well, nigga, you gotta go to the grocery store, nigga.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In order to achieve that, in order to actually like really get that realistically, I gotta be a guy who's worth that. No woman's gonna get with a guy who wants all this and doesn't have his shit together. That's just how it is, you know. True. No woman's gonna like. There's a difference between you know. I heard this expression being thrown out a lot, that high value man, right? When you become a high value man, the women are gonna like be okay with certain things. They're gonna be more lenient with other things, and as long as you're about your shit and you're providing for them, then they're fine with introducing another woman, or they're fine with playing a backseat to you in regards to you know, hey, he's trying to achieve his goals, he's trying to do whatever. And in all honesty, realistically speaking, I would like a woman who's also goal driven, and we could complement one another. We can help each other achieve our goals, and as we're moving forward in life or whatever. But you know, the women around here, they just aren't about that. They're just trying to stifle me. You know what I'm saying? Like one girl's talking about a relationship, but she want to stay in West Virginia and she want to finish out her shit in West Virginia. And I'm like, I'm not fucking staying here. What the fuck? That's stupid. Nah. Yeah. And you want me to, and well, why not? Do you not like me like that? No, I don't. I've said this multiple times. So
damn.
Like no.
No, waifu.
You don't think we could work something out or we could do whatever? Why should I put my dreams on hold? And why should you put your dreams on hold? So you can live
in West Virginia.
Yeah, and why should you put your dreams on hold? If we both have different dreams, both have different directions in life, then let's just keep it moving. Let's just separate, keep it moving, and go about our business. You know what I'm saying? And what I really wanted was just a shorty who, you know, clap some cheeks and keep it moving. But, you know, I always got to catch feelings and shit. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I'm hitting them
man, that's probably what it is, man.
I'm hitting them with the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You just got to hit her with the tip. You can't go all the way. I'm about to
say, right? I got to stop putting in that effort. You know what I'm saying? I'm a type of person, I put 100% effort in whatever I do. Some bitches just deserve 40. 40, 50. That's it, you know? And then with the, you know, that's it.
She gonna roll over and hit Dak with that. Where you think you going, boy?
Yeah, you know. Nayron said, "I lost you." My bad. I don't know where I lost you from, but Maybe it was all those terrible, terrible analogies we were talking about.
Yeah, you gotta do some rewinding.
All them
Rewind
fish and steak.
all that fish and steak. He
All
like,
that, yeah, all
what?
that fish and steak.
You
He was
know,
like, what the fuck? He's like, what are we talking
he's like,
about? He was
what?
like, what? Fish and steak? We were just talking about some other
Broccoli.
shit.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. But yeah, man. So I'm really just like trying to remove all these distractions, and I'm really like on it now. I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm on it. And the people who wanna the people who I associate with, they also have to be on it in some type of capacity as well. That's why I left a lot of Facebook groups. That's why I left a lot of Facebook Messenger chats. And I'm not talking to certain people. Not because I don't like them, but they don't add value to my life. So talking to them is a waste of time. And if I'm wasting my time, I need to have some type of benefit from it. So I waste my time with women because, I get some benefit from that. I waste my time with anime because I like anime and I enjoy anime. But that's it. Everything else, every other minute is going to be spent on doing something constructive. You know what I mean? And I think that's what a lot of people need to start doing moving forward is being constructive, removing the bad habits and continuing to do things that benefit you and that actually help you achieve your goals. And, regardless of what you got going on. Lloyd Belt, what's going on, man?
Yo,
Lord.
Lloyd.
If Nayron asked a great question, and I'm going to let Dallas answer this one. We'll all go answer this, but I'm going to let Dallas start because I've been talking for a while. But Nayron asked, is self-value associated with social value? And if so, then how?
Not at all, man. Not at all, man. Because this is where it goes back to like we talk about attention seeking and shit, right?
Mhm.
Like there can be
I'm gonna let y'all
you
talk.
could be an you can be an Instagram model online and have 1,000 followers and have motherfuckers, following your every whips and whim, and you're valuable socially because you're bringing, people to an Instagram platform or Twitter platform or whatever to follow you, right? But then like your real life value is like you can be pretty on the internet, you can be someone on the internet, but who are you in real life? Are you solid?
Right.
Are your bills getting taken care of? Are you self-sufficient? Are you able to do you bring any value to anybody else's life? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you bring value to your family? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you can be whoever you want on the internet. You can be whoever you want in public, but it kind of goes down to what's it called? Integrity. Who are you behind? Who are you behind closed doors? You know what I'm saying? Who are you when no one's looking? You know what I mean? Like who are you?
Right.
Who are you to your your significant other? You can be you can be everybody online, but then if you beat your girl and you diminish your girl behind the scenes, do you have any real life value? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, excuse me, and that's where a lot of stuff gets misconstrued. Is that because a lot of people live their life on the internet through the internet, and they take it as, oh, this social gathering of people on the internet all think I'm this great person and I must bring a lot of value to anybody and everybody socially. But then when it's time for you to do something, you know what I mean, in real life, can you fix a tire?
Physically.
You know what I'm saying? Can you
Right.
do something simple? Can you fix a tire? Can you you know what I mean? Like can you
operate in
yeah,
the
you know
real
what I
world?
mean? Can you operate in the real world? Can you talk to people in real life the way you talk to people online?
Right.
And a lot of people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Big
yeah,
fact.
there's a big difference between social value and how people value you from a social aspect of you supply, even if it's just like your Instagram model, you supply pictures for me to look at in my downtime versus someone who's like, hey, look, man, I see that you're falling back on XYZ, this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to pick up the pieces and let's go. You know what I'm saying? So big
Yeah.
difference, at least in my personal opinion, between social value and like actual value.
For sure. For me, I'm gonna say it can be, and the reason why I say that is because, again, the word value, it's whatever, it's subjective, right? It's what's valuable to you. So if you're a person who finds value in having certain things, maybe that has something to do with the social aspect, and it can reflect to you. Like for my example, when I was saying a high value man, right? I don't think it's purely from a social standpoint. Okay, it's just one of those because you don't necessarily have to be high ranking in regards to like the money you receive or whatever. But a woman might think of that differently. A woman might want someone, their sense of value is purely monetary. They're not going to be looking for people who just have like good moral, characters or good moral upstanding. For me, there's a balance that should be, not even a balance. At the end of the day, you should always have personal self value and self worth. At the end of the day, where you want to stand on the social ladder is completely up to you, because happiness, you dictate your own happiness. For me, I think, I don't know because I haven't achieved it yet, but I think that the more money I get, the more I'm able to go around and have fun and travel or whatever. Those things bring me happiness, you know? Like when I was on a Europe trip with my boy Jake here, and we were going around doing all this other shit and having all this fun, I was happy. I felt happy, like, because I was having a good time. And I was doing things that, for me, I was like, I've never done this before, and this is so fun. I'm interacting with different people. So I want to keep doing that things. The consequence of wanting to be able to travel or do whatever is that I'm gonna need to have money. So that's why, I feel like it can be. It just depends on what you really find happiness, because a person can find happiness in just having their own family and making sure that they're provided for, and then that's that. And then so. But at the end of the day, your self value shouldn't necessarily be associated with social value. You should always be a good person, or whatever you define as a good person, first and foremost, and then everything else should come afterwards, after you built that good foundation and have that integrity. Because I would never try to achieve high social ranking but give up my self like worth and my self value in order to achieve that goal. I would never do that. That's just me. So Jake, and the question again is self value associated with social value? If so, then how?
Right. Self. So I don't know, because I don't know if there is such a thing as social value,
Mm.
and is such a thing as, what is it? What is social value? Like you were saying, value is so, and I interpret self value as like a self.
You're like breaking in and out,
So
Jake. Sorry.
I
No, just
okay.
it's okay. Yeah, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
keep moving. Just let
I
me
was
know.
trying to see if there was something I could like troubleshoot or something. Let me just get closer to the mic. But self value I interpret as self respect. And when you do respect yourself, and when you do hold yourself to a certain standard, when you do value yourself, you take care of yourself, your well being, and everything. I Socially, right, that does reflect.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be surrounded by a certain type of people, right? There are going to be certain circles, right, who are going to gravitate towards you and away from you, if you are, doing whatever. So I think I don't know what to fully think of it. One, because I haven't, because it's a little vague,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not exactly sure
That's fine.
how to define social value.
That's fine.
Because I guess in a way, and especially today with social media, right? Just making that quick connection, there really is no value in social media, right? There's benefits to using it. It can be used to your advantage, and thing. But as far as value,
Mm.
like if you go on my Facebook, all it is some memes, and you'll see some music shit.
Mm.
That's it. I
So
don't care about who
I think
just
what
gave
Nayron
birth
was
to who. I
saying,
don't care about.
and correct me if I'm not wrong, Nayron. I think what he's trying to say is social value means from like a socially marketable place, meaning your social value is like how valuable you are to other people. Because self value is how valuable you are to yourself. Social value is from a stranger's point of view, looking at you. How would they do they would they consider you valuable from like a cultural thing of what we consider to be high value or low value? Because let's be honest, we consider people to be So people who the majority of the population considers to be high value are people who are like successful, from a career standpoint, right? People who are making a lot of money, who have a lot of cars or whatever. So a rapper, we would look at a rapper and be like, hey, this guy has a lot of social value because this rapper can do what he wants. He's successful. A lot of people like him. A lot of people want to be him. You know what I'm saying? That's social value. And then your self value is just how you feel about yourself, how valuable you are personally. So he's just asking if there's
is that what he meant?
So
Aaron, is that what you meant by social value?
yeah, he said correct. So he's saying so basically he's saying, are they associated with one another? Can they be associated with one another? If so, then how? I'm gonna let Jake think on this because I wanna go on to the
overlap. Yeah, I think there's some overlap. I don't. What's the term when things move together? Not parallel,
In sync.
but like
in sync. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah, but not when,
corresponding.
There's a specific word for it, but yeah, I how I see it, right? All of the 2 minutes of thought that I've given it is when you raise your self value, your social value will raise along with it. That's how I see
mirroring. Is that what you're thinking of? Mirroring?
Nah,
reflecting. Okay. Well,
but y'all get what I'm saying now.
Yeah. So Nayron asked another question. I think we're gonna answer this question and then we'll wrap up today's show. So if someone is not on their own shit, in parentheses their own worth and value, how does that affect you? So if someone is on or not on their own shit, how does that affect you? So again, it all depends on what you want out of life. If a random person is not on their shit, that's on them, right? It is what it is. Like, you do you and whatever. But when you're dealing with someone either in an intimate capacity or someone who you want to be like a friend or someone, they say you are who you hang out with. And that kind of is true because at the end of the day, the people who
not even
are,
kind of it is.
Yeah, the people who are around you, whether you know it or not, they influence you. So I decided for myself that I want to be successful. So I want to be around people who are either successful or who are striving to be successful. Those are the two main type of people who I want to be around. I don't want to be around people who are stagnant or not successful or not willing to change to become successful. And when I say successful, I mean in whatever it is they're trying to achieve. People who are constantly trying to move forward and trying to be about their purpose and achieve their goals. A lot of people will say that they want to do something, but they don't make any steps in order to achieve that thing. And those are the type of people who have bad habits, whether it's making excuses all the time or blaming other people for, blaming other things as to why they can't achieve something. I don't want those type of people around me. If I'm having a conversation with people, and this is can attribute to what we were talking about earlier, Dallas. If I'm having conversations, if I'm in a group chat and I'm having conversations with everybody, and I'm trying to make moves, I'm sitting here like, yo, we should do this because we have the ability to do this. We can be successful. We can try to do whatever. And nobody else is trying to be about that. Then why would I waste my time talking with those people? And I get it. There are certain outlets where people have, and you can just like, not every single thing has to be about work or being successful. But for me, those outlets are anime and, like shooting the shit every once in a while. Those are my outlets. Not just hanging around a bunch of people who aren't trying to do shit, who aren't trying to make moves. So to answer your question, Aaron, that's how it can affect you. All right. You are who you hang around with. And especially if you're hanging around with them on an intimate capacity, if you're trying to be with someone, and because we tend to give up a lot of things for other people. We tend to compromise and make sacrifices for the ones we love. Right. So if you're with someone and they don't want to do shit, you're going to be more inclined to compromise so that they don't necessarily have to do what it is that they don't want to do. So, for example, I'm not going to put anybody's business out there, but I had a situation where my own personal situation, I had to go. I want to go back overseas, right? Shorty doesn't want to go overseas. She wants to stay. Our goals aren't aligning. So if I were to say like I love this person and I want to be with this person, then one of us would have to give up something. One of us would have to give up that goal. Whether it's me giving up my goal to go overseas or her giving up her goal to stay here, one of us would have to do that. And then you'd have to ask yourself, hey, is this person worth doing that? Then you put them, list all the pros and cons, think about them and everything. And again, it just wasn't worth it, me personally. So I was just like, fuck it. And I just had to keep it moving, And that's what it is. Somebody has to be about their purpose and want to help me achieve my goals, or their goals have to somewhat align with mine so that we can move forward without any like resentment going forward. Because I don't care what nobody says. If you give up what you want to do for someone else, in that moment, you may be okay with it because you love them or whatever. But eventually, you're going to have some type of resentment. That's just how it is. So, Tristan J. Landers, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Ace and or anybody want to answer Neron's question?
I've answered enough of my brother's questions throughout life.
Is on or
Yeah,
not?
but I think you're spot on though, Dad. I think that someone else's self-value can add or subtract from your own value if you decide to, let that person in your life. If someone has absolutely nothing going for them and they're okay with sitting around the crib all day, smoking weed, playing video games, not making money, then, if you're okay with being that, then that's the type of people you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
If you want to be a millionaire and you want to be able to travel and you want to be able to live a certain type of life, you got to surround yourself with people who can teach you how to get to that point if you can't get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the phrase misery loves company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're miserable and you're hanging out with other people, more than time you're going to be hanging out with other miserable people.
Yep.
And if you don't want to be miserable, you're going to separate yourself away from people who are miserable. So it's all about what you want out of life, man. You know what I mean?
Facts. Big facts. Jake, any last words or anything?
No, not any last words. No.
I mean,
Closing
just for
thoughts
this,
or nothing.
for this question. I mean,
Oh, the one that he said, if somebody is or isn't on their shit.
yeah, basically, is how does that affect you?
Mm. I mean, it really doesn't. No, because we were because we were talking about self-interest and selfishness and everything, and I mean, I'm not like I am self. I
Mhm.
am.
So Jake's the type of
If
person
I
where,
don't like you, I'm not gonna fuck with
okay. Andreas Walt said, I literally just finished listening to Love Dorsey talk about the exact same thing. I don't even know who Love Dorsey is, but I might check him out. Him or her, I don't know. Love, that's I guess a gender neutral name. Anyway, yeah. So really, guys, the main point that I wanted to talk about with this episode, right? Because this was our welcome back episode after we were doing, or taking our little hiatus. But don't let have a goal, and whatever it is, whatever your goal is, make efforts now to try to achieve it. Because if you're constantly putting things off, then you're never gonna you're never gonna fucking achieve it. What does he say? Procrastination is the thief of all time. It really is. People always say, "I'll do it later," or "I'll do it later." I do it later, and then eventually you just never end up doing it because they're constantly putting it off. Just be a person
There's no difference between now and later.
Exactly. Just be a person who has, and when I say now and later, we're talking about just like overall
Right.
life
That's
speaking.
that's obviously within reason.
Yeah, within reason.
Let's say,
You know what I'm
like for
saying?
instance, if I'm on deployment, I'm not about to be like
Exactly.
recording in the studio.
Sorry. Exactly.
Within
So, but again, just be about your purpose, and if you are doing things that aren't necessarily helping you reach that goal, or hanging around people who aren't necessarily helping you to achieve that goal, then have enough like self resilience and willpower to be like, I can't fuck with you anymore. Like, I gotta keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, you're only like concerned about yourself. You're gonna have the most concern over your own self being. And if you want to be a person who is successful and rich or whatever, you gotta take the steps now in order to achieve that goal. Stop fucking hanging around people who don't add to that shit. And if you want to be a person who
Facts.
And if you want to be a person whose success is finding the family or whatever, stop fucking talking to thoughts. Shit, go find you a good wholesome individual. You know what I'm saying? Again, your definition of success
but I think we
changes
should
from person to
also-
person. So
It does.
just make
But
sure
I think
that
we should also make a definition of procrastination, or sorry, not a definition, but a lot of times what'll happen is you'll catch yourself procrastinating because you don't have a plan, right? Because you don't know where to start, and if something seems big, then you got to break it down into little pieces.
facts.
So
Setting little sub goals.
just to put it with a little piece of motivation. Like if you catch yourself like we were just saying, like, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, right? It probably means you don't know where to start. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, write it out.
And if you don't write it out,
Write a
because
goal.
What I do is I go top down. I want to do this, and to do this, I got to do that, and I work my way down. That's what
Facts. I actually told my little sister something very similar, and I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great way to end this episode. If you have a goal you want to achieve, y'all, write it down. Put it somewhere physically where you have to look at it every day. And if this is your main goal, then make sub goals that lead to that main goal. Things that are easy. Take out bites, right? Like you said, make it easier bites.
Every day.
And if those bites are too big, if those sub bites are too big, then make sub categories. And just work your way, and then once you've got everything listed out, then you have to go, all right, how do I hit this first step? And then just start and just go from there. And because again, as you check them off, you're gonna get more and more motivated too. You're like, all right, I did this, I did this, I did this. Shit, I done knocked out my first main goal. I only got 4 more left. You know what I'm saying? So that'll help out. But yeah, man, just be about your purpose, and especially as a man too, and for any woman watching. But I'm speaking from because I'm a man. From a man's perspective, if you're not about your purpose and you're not trying to be successful in whatever it is you're trying to do in life, then ain't nobody really gonna fuck with you, and that's just a harsh reality. So, but yeah, so that's been episode 12 of the M.O.B podcast. We appreciate everybody who decided to stick around and listen to us talk, because we definitely talked a lot. But again, we were gone for 2 weeks. We had a lot of shit to say. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that good shit. We may change the podcast times, or some things may change with the podcast moving forward in the future. But again, just follow our page. Any news or updates that we have, we'll post to our page. And yeah, guys, and if you guys are watching us right now, try to give us a little like on Twitch. We're trying to build our Twitch up, and hit us up on Instagram. All right, at Black Sheep Collective, underscores before and after every word. But yeah, again, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Again, it's been your boy DK, aka Mr. Black Sheep, here with Dallas and Torture. And that's been another episode. Peace.